A Vermont Marital Settlement Agreement is a document used to relay an understanding which has been mutually agreed upon by two spouses regarding all terms affecting the dissolution of their marriage. In the document, the spouses can establish how their shared property, assets, debts, and child custody, if any, will be dispersed post-divorce. A well-drafted settlement can, in some instances, make way for an uncontested divorce that saves both time and money by means of some crucial factors we'll discuss in this video. Additionally, we'll review in detail a settlement agreement, its basic functions, and some specific legal requirements in Vermont. First, let's take a moment to describe what is a marital settlement agreement. A marital or divorce settlement agreement establishes a divorce's terms and conditions that were agreed upon by a married couple, such as which spouse will receive certain assets or property upon the marriage's dissolution. Among its many purposes, the contract splits up real and personal property and determines if any of the spouses must provide spousal support, commonly known as alimony, or child support payments to the other. Now, let's briefly overview some of the common purposes of drafting a settlement. A formal written agreement includes a calculation of the amount of spousal and child support, records all of the details behind the grounds for the divorce, can avoid a drawn-out trial in superior court, allows the couple to divide their joint assets such as real estate property, documents the mutual agreement in writing with all parties' signatures acting as consent, can be kept as evidence in case any legal disputes arise, and specifies any custody arrangement, whether joint or sole custody. Both spouses may accelerate this process by completing this document and presenting it in court, provided both spouses maintain shared views on distribution terms. This way, the divorce stands to be faster and more affordable as opposed to undergoing multiple trial proceedings in court or hiring a costly attorney. Again, this is assuming that the divorce is uncontested, which in Vermont is referred to as a stipulated divorce. Now, let's turn attention to some of the legal requirements in Vermont. Vermont is one of the 41 states that has adopted equitable distribution law. Equitable distribution is the fair separation of assets, meaning the distribution is not necessarily divided equally or evenly between the two spouses. Instead, distributions are left to the discretion of a judge, who will separate property based on equitable law if the spouses are unable to reach a settlement before a trial or face a heavily contested divorce. When applying equitable distribution, the courts often take into account the duration of the marriage, what each spouse paid for, employability of each spouse, assets and debts of each spouse or combined, and sources of income and amount. However, one of the settlement's primary functions is to avoid such distributions by the courts. Therefore, if both spouses can reach a resolution on most affairs prior to heading to court, they can file for an uncontested divorce, using the agreement as proof that they're on the same page. Yet, even then, a judge must approve the settlement. Judges may request amendments to the contract if they find unfair or unjust terms within the settlement. And finally, note that residency plays a role in acceptable divorce action. To file for divorce, one spouse has to have been a resident of Vermont for 6 months, and one spouse has to have been living in Vermont for at least 1 year before the final hearing can take place. If the couple completes a detailed settlement and abides by legal requisites, the process can take anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months, with one key factor affecting the timeline, that is, whether or not the couple has minor children. If they do, the procedure may last up to half a year. If not, the final judgment may come sooner. We're eForms, the largest database of legal documents. We have created an expansive and state-specific template that covers every last detail of the Vermont Marital Settlement Agreement. To get this official template that can be used to file for divorce in your local superior court, simply click on the link below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily videos.